This is what you hearing, listen. This is what you hearing, listen. X gon' give it to you. Fuck, wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real. With the non-stop pop out and stainless steel. No heart getting busy with it, but I got such a good heart that I make the motherfucker wonder if you did it. Damn right, and I do it again. Cause I am life, so I got to win. Break bread with the enemy. No matter how many cats I break bread with, I break who you sending me. You motherfuckers never wanted nothing but your life saved. Bitch, and that's on a life day. I'm getting down, down. Like a nigga said freeze. But won't be the one ending up on his knees, bitch, please. Cause the only thing you can't steal was came out to play. Stay out my way, motherfucker. Gonna rock, you be gonna roll. Do we let it pop? Don't let it go. What? X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. First we gonna rock, then we gonna roll. Do we let it pop? Don't let it go. X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. He ain't never gave nothing to me. And every time I turn around, cats got their hands out, wanting something from it. I ain't got it, so you can't get it. Let's leave it at that, cause I ain't with it. Hit it with full strength. I'm a jail nigga, so I face the world like a girl in the bullpen. You against me, me against you. Whatever, whenever, nigga, fuck you gon' do. I'm a wolf in sheep's clothing. Only nigga that you know who can chill. Come back and get the streets open. I've been doing this for 19 years. Niggas wanna fight me, fight these tears. I put in work and it's all for the kids. But these cats done forgot what work is. They don't know who we be looking, but they don't know who they see. Nigga, first we gonna rock, then we gonna roll. Then we let it pop, don't let it go. X gon' give it to you, he gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you, he gon' give it to you. First we gonna rock, then we gonna roll. Then we let it pop, don't let it go. Come on, X gon' give it to you, he gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you, he gon' give it to you. Hey yo, where my niggas at? I know I got them down in the greens, give them love and they give it back. Talk too much for too long. Don't give up, you're too strong. Love to the wild, wild hunters. Shout out to niggas that done it. And it ain't even about the dough. It's about getting down for what you stand for, yo. For real. We gonna rock, then we gonna roll. Then we let it pop, don't let it go. Come on. X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. First we gonna rock, then we gonna roll. Then we let it pop, don't let it go. Come on. X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. First we gonna rock, then we gonna roll. Then we let it pop, don't let it go. Come on. X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. Give it to you. Fuck, wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real. With the non-stop pop out, stainless steel. No heart getting busy with it, but I got such a good heart that I make a motherfucker wonder if you did it. Damn right, and I do it again. Cause I am life, so I got to win. Break bread with the enemy. No matter how many cats I break bread with, I break who you sending me. You motherfuckers never wanted nothing but your life saved. Bitch, and that's on a life day. I'm getting down, down. Like a nigga said freeze. But won't be the one ending up on his knees, bitch, please. The only thing you can't steal was came out to play. Stay out my way, motherfucker. We gonna rock, then we gonna roll. Then we let it pop, don't let it go. What? X gon' give it to you, he gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you, he gon' give it to you.
Alright, hey man, nice shot, $10. He can prove the earth is flat by throwing himself off the edge. Give us $1, thank you.
Idle in distance.
Alright, so oh god, we just lost 20
Does
views.
American half piece of blood have to
What?
get in a helicopter too, or no?
When did the ginger get in here?
Hey man, nice shot for 10, thank you. I want a recreational AC 130. Isn't that what's an AC 130? Is it a plane?
Okay, so Kristen, before you leave, I do have a related super chat here. From Interest Hero, it says, start up the rotors, pack the leftist scum, drop them in the oceans, leave none alive. Free your country from the leftist scum, forever free, prosperous, and proud. And also...
Enjoy your helicopter ride.
Viva La Raza.
I got a lot of options here. I could be like a burger.
But no one.
Who the dinosaur is the best one? Oh, wait, no, leave it on that. Leave it on that. That's fucking weird. That's weird as shit.
Yeah, enlighten me on what happened to Bad Dragon. I'm interested.
You never go full burger.
I'm sorry, I'm just being patriotic right now.
One thing that I have, an enormous issue with is all these retards that are like, oh, abolish the Second Amendment. You want to be a real man? Abolish the 13th Amendment. Let's get it going. Plantations for everyone.
Stop that. No, stop it.
Start abolishing all the amendments.
You're going to get me in trouble.
Get your own cotton.
Well, I mean...
I wish I would have met you. Now it's a little late. What you could have taught me, I could have saved some face. They think that your early ending was all wrong. For the most part, they're right, but look how they all got strong. That's why I say, hey man, nice shot. Good shot, man. That's why I say, hey man, nice shot. Good shot, man. Now that the smoke's gone and the air is all clear, those who were right there got a new kind of fear. You'd fight and you were right, but they were just too strong. They'd stick it in your face and let you smell what they consider wrong. That's why I say, hey man, nice shot. Good shot, man. That's why I say, hey man, nice shot. Good shot, man.
Did that work? Oh, Jesus. Off to a fast start as my microphone refuses to turn on. Evening, everybody. All, what, one of you? Is that where we're at? Off to, again, a fast start. Put this out on Twitter, and don't know if that made a huge difference. Obviously not. Another thing that fucked me is I put out the tweet, and my tweet is sandwiched between 18 other tweets of, Barbara Bush died. Oh, what a lady. What a saint. Fuck. And then I start at 9:30 thinking, Worski Live's going to end. Hey, maybe I can vulture some of them. Nope. Worski had to go and fucking continue the stream with this newest thought on the scene. This Aaron lady. Thrown off my groove, man. But hello all. This is my first attempt at this. Be prepared, it's going to be bad. Especially considering I'm someone with a microphone and nothing to say. The scariest kind of person. But, the whole idea of this is just me and my thoughts, whatever that's worth. God, that sounded gay. I take that back. This is just a stream. Do with it what you will. Take it as you will. I just wanted to have a platform to think out loud, to attempt to entertain, and that's all this is. Like to start the evening actually by talking about the topic that occurred on Worski Live. I should probably check to make sure this is actually working. Give me a second. All right, and it does. Fantastic. So we're not having any audio problems. That's a good thing. We're just having entertainment problems. But back to the Worski Live topic. It was sort of a weird, out of left field topic from Jean-Francois Garepe. I believe that's how you say it, colloquially known as JF. He was trying to make an argument for a bit of a loss on free speech in the context of defamation, or I think he was arguing for, I guess, an expansion of the definition of defamation. I'm not sure. I think what he was getting at is perhaps we should put limitations on free speech in the sense that just by the mere act of you speaking in defaming terms about someone in and of itself is caustic or potentially harmful to one's reputation, job, lifestyle, whatever you want to say. But I don't know, that seems, unless I misunderstood, to fall into the same sort of jumbled mess as, the concept of hate speech, which I think we can pretty much say with certainty, thanks to one Count Dankula, that's not really a good measuring stick. The whole concept of hate speech seems to be anathema to liberty, free speech itself. I mean, to me, it just goes back to the old phrase of, it's only offensive if you take offense. Now, again, I know that sounds a little black and white, but I think the concept remains. I think the idea stands that no, you should be allowed to say whatever the hell you want. Now, that doesn't mean you have the right to avoid any consequences for what you say. What's that? Was it Voltaire? I'll disagree vehemently with what you say, but I'll die for your right to say it. That kind of thing. Same thing here. And I think he was arguing with Styx, Hex, and Hammer 666, and some other guy, I can't remember, I forget. I think his name was his username was Old Glory, something like that. Anyway, I didn't catch the whole thing, but I caught, I believe, what I thought was JF's premise, and it seemed a little silly. Again, I may not have gotten the full context, but based on what I saw, it seemed a tad silly. But enough of that shit. I want to talk about something that happened to me today, and for whatever that's worth, I don't care if it's boring. I think it's relevant in general. But I'm sitting in this, I think it's called Sports Clips, and I think the appeal of it is, it's a man's haircut place. You walk in and they got big screen TVs everywhere, and you can watch sports while you get your haircut. What a sell. Except, here's the problem. It's the middle of fucking April. There is nothing. It's the middle of fucking April in the evening. So surprise, surprise, what's the only thing on? Either baseball, NHL playoffs, or, as they so brilliantly picked, the NFL Network. Oh, nothing screams entertainment like NFL draft coverage, where a bunch of guys who pretend to know what the fuck they're talking about, I especially love when they talk to former GMs who are so good at their job they're not doing it anymore, talk about players, scout players, try to get in their head, interview them. Well, that's a whole nother topic. Yeah, let's have these professional athletes talk. Brilliant. Because that's what they're good at, that's what they're trained at. And obviously, it would be blasphemous for me to insinuate that maybe they didn't go to college to get educated. Thus, their vernacular may not be real verbose, real expansive. And even if they get out a complete sentence, it's either a cliche or it's mumbled as shit. It's, I just want to do whatever I can to help the team. I'm going to give it 110% every day of the week. And I pray that God will see it through. Fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Now again, as I was saying to the lady who cut my hair, at the same time, that moron is going to make more money in a year than I probably will in my entire lifetime. So maybe he knows something I don't. Or maybe he was just arbitrarily given unbelievable genetic gifts that he obviously didn't squander. Because that's the funny thing, is that you hear stories all the time. The Marcus Duprees of the world, there's a name. If you don't know who Marcus Dupree is, look that shit up. But the people who have just all the talent in the world, all the physical gifts in the world, are just incredible at what they do. And then just life fucks it up. Whether by their own fault or in Marcus Dupree's case, he was partially responsible. To a degree, I guess he's a bad example of responsibility. But no, you'd have to talk about somebody like an Andre Rison. Jesus Christ, that guy's a fucking moron. Buying $50,000 cars so that 10% of its value's gone the minute that was a whole nother discussion. I'm sitting there and there's a commercial to break away from this unbelievably interesting pre-draft bullshit. So I can be advertised, hey, look at this new car. Look at this shit. For $350 a month, you can own the new Lexus. And I'm like, fuck you. Yeah, I'm going to spend $350 a month on a fucking lease on something that depreciates, 10 to 15% of its value the minute you drive it off the lot? Fuck you. Give me Kelly Blue Book all day, or give me fucking Craigslist, or fuck. Just give me a fucking, what's the other one? No, I said Craigslist. Just give me a fucking ad in the paper. I don't give a shit. Fuck, does Amazon sell cars? I'll buy one off Amazon. But no, this idea of walking into buying a new car, what are you, fucking stupid? The only time I've ever heard it legitimized is as a business expense. As something you buy to show success, to show that you know what the fuck you're doing. Beyond that, who gives a fuck? especially in that particular case. Now, again, the argument could be made, well, if you buy a new car, it's more likely to stay on the road because it's new, and you don't have to spend all your money repairing it all the time, or, oh, it won't start, gotta jump it again. Fuck you. Fuck you. Instead of spending $350 a month leasing the damn thing, you now have to spend $250 a month repairing the shit-heel car you're driving. Not only that, but because it's a shit-heel car you're driving, you don't have to insure it as much as your brand spanking new $350 lease car. I mean, fuck you. And the other day I saw a fucking billboard, $650 a month for a car. A fucking car. But anyway, that's a whole nother discussion. I mean, just add it to the list of just dumb purchases we as Americans make on average. I mean, Jesus Christ. Gotta have my 4x4, man. And it's gotta be a Hemi supercharger because Jimbo next door, his has got a Hemi too. Brr. Fuck you. Go have another light beer and wear another man's jersey. Suck my dick. Boy, I'm just in a good mood this evening. But back to the NFL draft thing. I mean, Jesus Christ. It's just unwatchable. And what was funny is I even said to the lady who was cutting my hair, I'm like, do you get sick of this? This has to just drive you insane, doesn't it? And she goes, no. After about a week, I was able to just tune it out. And I go, well, if it makes you feel any better, I know exactly what they're talking about. I get exactly what's going on, and I'm bored as shit. You know, it's no value added. I mean, you go through the numbers, you go through, and they're just irrelevant. They're just fucking irrelevant. Excuse me, I'm being twatted at. But, no, they just, fuck them. They don't know what they're doing. They get paid millions of dollars, well, I guess in this case an NFL Network analyst, probably thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, to give their supposedly educated, supposedly experienced opinion on this shit. And they're wrong. They're wrong. Even the people who are paid specifically to do it, with millions of dollars on the line, suck at it. I mean, basically, it's whoever the New England Patriots have, and whoever was smart enough to draft Aaron Rodgers, 23rd overall. After that, it's a fucking shit show. I mean, what, you want to maybe throw Ozzie Newsome of the Baltimore Ravens in there? I guess. But beyond that, it's just a fucking crapshoot for the most part. No, I mean, fuck. Do I need to bring up Tom Brady? I mean, the ultimate example of nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. What was it? 7th round, 8 quarterbacks before him, or what is it? No, the Brady 6. That's right, that fucking documentary. 6 quarterbacks taken before him. Yeah, they know what the fuck they're doing. You know, every now and again, there's a guy who you're just like, yeah, he's pretty much a sure thing. You know, Barry Sanders, fucking Ndamukong Suh, that kind of Calvin Johnson, that kind of shit. Did I just bring up 3 Lions? That's weird, because Lions are shit. But, well, they're always picking at the top. But beyond that, it's just, it's fucking random. And this idea that there's some sort of science, and, oh, if we just get him to run another 40-yard sprint, or we get him to bench press again, we'll figure it out. We'll have this kid pegged. We'll figure out how his mind works. We'll figure out how emotionally, mature he is, or, how likely he is to go out on a fucking bender after he gets his first paycheck. That kind of shit. Or, hey, this kid played Division II. He must be a shitheel. He didn't play any real competition. This kid went to a Pac-12 school. He must be good. Ever heard of a guy named Jerry Rice? What was he, Savannah State? Or Mississippi Valley State? I mean, fuck off. But yeah, that was playing the entire time I was getting my hair cut. And the time before when I was waiting to get my hair cut. Just vapid nonsense. I mean, again, I get the argument. Sports are just bread and circuses. It's vapid nonsense. Don't put any thought into it, okay? I would argue that you can get some enjoyment out of it, especially baseball, because to me, baseball is the most, I don't want to sound pretentious, but to me, baseball, the four major sports of baseball, basketball, hockey, and football, it's just clearly the most intellectually rigorous of the four. I mean, every pitch is a strategy. Every move is analyzed and overanalyzed and run through computations and simulations and, Moneyball, just that whole thing with sabermetrics, on-base percentage, WAR. I mean, yeah, you can get analytics starting to creep into NBA. There's some analytics now in hockey, I believe, and there's obviously some in the NFL. But nothing gets to the level of baseball. Nothing. And I'll argue that blood sports. Let's do it. Somebody want to argue with me that baseball isn't the most intellectually rigorous of the four? Fuck you. Fuck you. But in the vein of baseball, now that I think about it, but just to finish that thought, fucking pre-draft, NFL draft, where 5% of the players are still in the league after 2 years? Even less than that are actually contributing in some meaningful way, i.e. starting, playing more than 12 snaps a game. And just all day, wall-to-wall coverage. Oh, the Lions interviewed this guy. Oh, this guy talked to the 49ers and the Steelers. Fuck you. Just fade into obscurity, mister. I played football for 3 years, 10 years ago. I know everything. Huh? Go away. Go take your rented suit back and go find a beach. Fuck off. With that being said, though, I will give the NFL credit for one thing, and it's something I never thought about until very recently, between some articles I've been reading and some people I've been listening to, that one of the big reasons that sports is, in general, pretty much dying is not only due to, attention spans being pretty much shorter, there's just too much other shit to do. Back in the day, sports used to be, an event. You go to church and then you go to the football game. Because what were you going to do? Check Twitter? Fuck that. You'd be checking for rocks in your, nice dress shoes after kneeling for an hour. Oh, fuck. God, that just brought back PTSD from elementary school. Anyway, and an interesting fix, and I think it makes total sense, is just fucking shorten the seasons, limit how many people get into the playoffs. This fucking half the league gets into the playoffs with NHL and NBA is a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke. 39 and 43 gets you into the playoffs. What the fuck are we doing here? I forget what was the suggestion the other day. 65 for NHL, like 130, 125 for MLB, something like that. Perfect. And as I was saying, that the NFL gets it right. You play 16 games. You lose 3 games in a row, you're statistically more than likely fucked. You lose fucking 7 in a row in baseball, don't worry, guys, we got another 130 games to make it up. Just fuck. I mean, the ultimate question I would ask is, do you fucking care? I mean, right now, April 17th. You got a baseball team? Do you know their record? Do you give a shit? No, and I'll tell you why. Either you don't care for baseball, which I understand, or you're sitting there saying to yourself, dude, it's fucking April. I don't give a shit. Talk to me in August. Are they 3 games out in April or in August? But yeah, no, shortened season. And I even pulled up an article here. I think it was Anthony Rizzo of the Chicago Cubs. Here, I'll show this. If I can figure this shit out. I think I can. So if I move to here, and then I move to here. Yes. See, right here. Even This article on ESPN. Anthony Rizzo, okay with taking pay cut for fewer games. Quote, we play too much baseball. And he's absolutely right. I mean, we can go through it. Cubs first baseman Anthony Rizzo is advocating for a shorter season, even if it means a smaller paycheck for players. Because again, and this is something that I've argued and gotten into arguments about many a time, is that players in most major sports at this point, they don't need the absurd contracts. They make money under the Jordan model, as I think it's been called, or maybe I just made that up, whatever. The Jordan model being, and this is the argument of why he was so successful, is because he was getting his ass kicked by the bad boys, by the Pistons back in the late 80s, early 90s. And the way he got over the hump fundamentally was, wait a minute, Nike, Gatorade, McDonald's, all these people are paying me a fuck ton of money just for being me. If I can make this much money on fucking sponsorships, I mean, we're talking free money, what do I need a big contract for? Fuck, cut my salary in half and use that half to go get some decent players. And all of a sudden, Scottie Pippen shows up. All of a sudden, Steve Kerr shows up. All of a sudden, Horace Grant shows up. And all of a sudden, they get over the hump. And all of a sudden, despite that weird middle time where he fucking went off to live his boyhood dream and play baseball, that worked out well. They dominated. Because he was clearly the best player, but then was surrounded by a couple of above-average players, some all-stars, and all of a sudden, they won 6 championships. Woo, how did that happen? And you see that model replicated over and over again. Big 3 in San Antonio. Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, fucking Tim Duncan. Miami Heat, LeBron, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade. It's been done over and over and over again. And the main reason is because, if I'm Kevin Durant, I can take a pay cut so I can go to the Golden State Wizards. You want to know why? Because McDonald's will pay the shit. Pay the shit out of me to have me appear. Pay the shit out of me. Pay a shit ton, let's try that, for me to appear in one of their commercials. What do I need the contract for? And it's the same thing, to bring it back to this, it's the same thing here. Rizzo's correct here. Rizzo believes a transition period with guaranteed contracts could be worked out, perhaps grandfathering them into a new system with new contracts reflecting fewer games played. Quote, once you start taking money from guys, that's where it's going to be a little more dicey, he said. But I mean, and not only that, but this is back to the fucking shortened season thing, especially in baseball. I mean, how many fucking years are we going to do this? Where half the fucking league is fucking... Yeah, I hear you, phone, fuck off. Where half the league doesn't get to play their first 3 or 4 games. Because they're in Detroit and it's snowing. They're in Cleveland and it's raining. They're in Baltimore and it's both. What are we doing here? The season starts too early and ends too late. You end up with cold, shitty weather on either side of things. And it's just garbage, just enough. Go down to 150 games, 140, I don't care. But there's a reason. Shit's going downhill. Sports have lost. They hit their peak. A peak that they're trying to maintain and trying to keep. Ugh. I can speak, I swear. And they're not going to be able to do it. They have to change. And, hell, again, it happens to be one guy, but Rizzo conceded that nothing is likely to change. The players will just have to deal with the winter-like conditions. The Cubs' last game on Saturday against the Atlanta Braves was played in freezing rain, prompting both sides to complain. The Cubs haven't played since. This is kind of a freak April, Rizzo said. No shit. But no, he's absolutely right. He is absolutely right. But anyway, enough of the bread and circuses, I guess. So, the big YouTube drama, at least as of late, has been the immolation of one Baked Alaska. I should say self-immolation. I don't know what the fuck happened to him, man. I don't know. Again, I don't have all the context. I don't have all the information, but from what I understand, we're talking about, Discord servers where he's trying to get people's personal information. We've got people who used to be his friends coming out and saying he's a shitbag, he's horrible to hang out with, just shit left and right. But then the big news of the day is, I don't know if it's big news. Again, I don't want to insult the clip channels, as they're called. They do good work. For us people who have a fucking job, it's terribly convenient to be able to go to their channels and get the 4 or 5-minute main sound clips out of these, absurd 4, 6, 7 hour streams. 4, 5, 6, 7 hour streams. I mean, that's another thing too, is that's one thing I will knock on the blood sports context or the format, is there are times where this shit just goes on way too fucking long. I mean, I'm literally thinking of, just as an experiment, downloading one of these 7-hour blood sports, cutting out all the dead air, and seeing how long it is. Again, I'd have to pick a couple to get the average, but I'm telling you, you'd probably cut out, I don't know, 30, 40%. It's just, they tend to go on too long. And again, it's this weird conundrum of, the longer it goes on, in theory, the more opportunity there is for shit to get started. For somebody to go, oh, by the way, I just got tweeted, Baked Alaska was trying to dox Andy Worski. What? Ding, 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 let's start the blood sports again, so... And again, another thing too is, it's tough to make the claim, it's tough to make the argument when 4,000 people are watching the entire time. And you may say, well, 4,000 people, man, that's nothing, But you can't compare it to a television show. You can't compare it to cable news. When compared to others similar in this context, in this format, it's right up there. And what's funny is the only thing that even technically beats them is people simulcasting cable news and the like, or if they're a particularly popular channel. I'd imagine if PewDiePie did a live stream of some sort. Again, I'm just guesstimating. I could probably look it up, but I'm guessing it'd probably be 20K, 25K, something absurd. It'd probably be number one, a live stream at the time. But yeah, no, to go back to what I was saying, I digress after going off on a fucking tangent, but no, the poor clip channels, Kronos, T-Clips, what was it, American Pride, Swedish Mate, I think it was Kronos got hit twice today, American Pride got hit once, with these bullshit, copyright claims, or some sort of bullshit that got their channel taken down, and one can only, use their Sherlockian intellects to put 2 and 2 together and figure out, Baked self-immolates, fucks pretty much any chance of continuing his quote-unquote YouTube career, and all of a sudden, all these clip channels who have recorded him over the months, over the many streams, many shows he's been on and been involved with, are getting flagged. People are attempting to take them down. How very interesting. Timing is very, very, very interesting. And that's all you can say about it. And it's a fucking shame because, let's be frank, the fucking clip channels, they have no side. I forget who it was. I think it was Failure, or was it, yeah, I think it was Failure. Was it Failure? Fuck. Yeah, it was Failure of the Kumite who said it best. They're fucking librarians. They're just recording this shit. They're the stenographer in the courtroom. Really? You know, the judge says, we hereby find you guilty. And you point at the stenographer and go, fuck you, and try to beat the shit out of the stenographer. Like they had anything to do with it. Like they had any fucking thing to do with it. And not only that, but yeah, Kronos put out, here's my new channel. Then that gets taken down. Then American Pride got taken down. I mean, I think I even chatted in the Kumite today on like, when's T-Clips getting it? God, though, a bit baked, man. What the hell? That guy just fell off the fucking map. Just went off the effing rails. I mean, there's just no other way to describe it. How the fuck? I mean, literally, what was it, 3 weeks ago? A month ago? I mean, he was in fucking LA doing that IRL live stream, taking super chats over a speaker system while they're walking around. God, that was brilliant. They're sitting in a McDonald's and people are super chatting, nigger, 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 nigger. And everyone in the restaurant's hearing it, and Bake's head is in his hands like the Jean-Luc Picard meme. I mean, he went from that. He was hanging out in L.A. He was one of the guys. He was on the Bloodsports website. He was there. He made it. And then all of a sudden, he moved from Alaska to L.A. And all of a sudden, shit just hits the fan. Shit just hits the fan. It just boggles my mind. It just boggles my mind. Just having a grand old time. I mean, we're talking about 500, 600, and we're talking about legendary streams at this point. We're talking about the Mr. Medicare, Laura Loomer, you know, Milady's Tires. I mean, we're talking about, what was it? Was it Styx Hexanate? No, we're talking about Jared Taylor and Tariq Nasheed. Oh, so Asians are the reserve white people. You know, I mean, just fascinating, hilarious shit. And it turns out he's just a complete and utter asshole. Doing all sorts of fucking shady shit. All sorts of shady shit. And it's amazing, okay? I've again, this is my first live stream. This is essentially my first original content on this fucking platform, okay? I've had the Twitter account literally for, what, a month? Not even? I've had this channel for years, but I've only really given a shit about it recently. And in that short amount of time, it's fucking fascinating. The strong correlation between, and again, this isn't going to sound terribly profound, but it's so fucking true. The difference between, not the difference, I'm sorry, the strong correlation, as I was saying, between people who have other shit, people who, if this shit disappeared tomorrow, life would go on. Not a whole lot would change. Tears would not be shed. Livelihoods would not be lost. Feelings wouldn't be hurt. It's fascinating. The people who take this shit so fucking seriously. And then, when they get a little bit of shit back, when they get just a little bit of poking, a little bit of prodding, all of a sudden it becomes, you know, fight me in real life, bro. Show your face, Jim. You know, this just, what the fuck, bitch-made nonsense. And it's just fascinating. It's just absolutely fascinating. Whereas, you know, it just, again, this is just my opinion, my surface level, you know, Monday morning quarterback, you know, pop psychologist opinion. But you never hear this shit out of people like Andy Worski. You never hear this shit out of people like JF. You never hear this shit out of Tonkasaw. You never hear this shit out of Failure. And it always seems to be the case that it's because they got other shit to do. Or, at the bare minimum, this shit doesn't matter. This is fun and games. This is shits and giggles. This is Tuesday. You know? Oh no, I lost my YouTube channel. Oh no, they took away my Twitter. Boy, guess I'm just gonna have to find something else to do. Guess I'm gonna have to go play the piano or go drinking with friends, because I have those, because I don't have internet friends, which is just one of the cringiest fucking concepts ever, and has been rightly and routinely just lambasted this entire weekend, in the last week. You know, just fuck. It's the internet. Stop taking it fucking seriously. Hell, I'll even admit it. I need to follow my own rule. Or I should have followed my own rule a couple days ago. I got invited into a Discord server. I go in and I say, you know, something to the effect of, hello, how's everybody doing? To which somebody responds, who the fuck are you? Now, in real life, you get that shit. You go, well, who the fuck are you, asshole? And you sort that shit out. And I tried to apply that same sort of decorum or logic or whatever you want to call it to that situation. And in hindsight, I'm like, why? It's the fucking internet. Who gives a shit? He says, who the fuck are you? And you go, why, hello there. I am me. How are you this evening? And you just, you know, water off a duck's ass. I don't think that's the phrase, but I'm sticking with it. Water off a duck's ass. Just, who cares? Who fucking cares? It's been just fascinating watching. As someone who was just a very, very casual observer, who then started to participate in this shit. I mean, I'm somebody who had a Facebook fucking 10 years ago. Haven't had one since. No Twitter, no Instagram, no pictogram, no pictograph, none of that shit. I'm on Twitter a month. I'm finally taking this YouTube shit somewhat seriously. Trying to go on live streams. Trying to do my own live streams. Making some shit posting videos, clipping some shit for people, tweeting at people some, you know, trolly memes and shit. And the biggest thing I've gotten from this is just people take this shit so fucking seriously. And the only thing I can come up with is, that's all they have. That's all they have. And if that's the fucking case, holy shit is that sad. And here's the thing, too. I can empathize. You know, if you had talked to me 6 months ago, I was that guy. I was that guy. Fucking parents' basement. Oh boy, I wonder what's on YouTube today. Job? Fuck that shit. That's for losers. That's for those suckers who just want to pay into the system, man. And while there is a grain of truth to that, for the most part, I do not regret my decision at all to move the fuck out of the house. There's freedom there. There's a sense of individual accomplishment that, hey, I can take care of myself. And then, when you compliment it with people you give a shit about, and you compliment it with, hey, I have stuff to do, I'm never bored, it's a hell of a feeling. It's a hell of a feeling. It's very similar to what I think Dr. Jordan Peterson was going for in one of his lectures. I forget the exact context, but it was something to the effect of, you know, you've sort of hit equilibrium, or you've hit inner peace when everything just kind of comes together and it all just kind of makes sense. I know that sounds esoteric again. Damn it, I need to pull up the damn clip. But when you find that your chi, your inner, you know, whatever the hell you want to call it, you know, it's a beautiful thing, and it makes it so that you don't do a baked Alaska, you don't do a Crown tea, You don't do a fucking, YouTube Saints with, Jeff Holiday and Wizard of Cause. Oh, YouTube Bloodsports, that's just Jerry Springer, huh? Meanwhile, they get, what is it, 20 times your viewership? Yeah. Go take a seat on the bench. Here's a towel, wipe yourself off, dry your tears, go sit on the bench. Because when you take this shit so seriously, you've lost. Again, I've been on here a fucking month. And I understand that shit. A month. These people have been, doing channels for, fuck, how long has Jeff Holiday been on this shit? Years? Wizard of Cause, years. Kraut and Tea, years. Baked Alaska, what, a year, a little bit? 6 months? You can't take this shit so seriously. Now again, if you're talking about something like maybe, a PewDiePie, maybe a Sargon of Akkad, maybe a big enough channel where this becomes your occupation, then yeah, maybe take it a little bit seriously. Maybe by taking it seriously, you've gotten to that point. But there's a difference between taking your YouTube channel seriously, taking what you do on the internet seriously, and taking your interaction with the internet seriously. Again, maybe I'm talking out of my ass, but to me, there's a difference. There's a difference between, hey, this is the content I create. Hey, this is my contribution to the internet. And, hey, I made a contribution to the internet. Somebody commented on it and said, you're a bitch. And therefore, I doxed them. And you just go, what the hell? Where did this come from? How did you make that leap? That unbelievable leap in logic. That unbelievable leap in, I don't know, morally gray, ambiguous bullshit. Just, I mean, really, just running doxing servers. Finding out Andy Worski's family. Narking on him that he did drugs while he was in L.A. Ooh, I mean, I think I super chatted last night. I forget, was it on Kumite or what? Where something to the effect of, adults did drugs. Stop the fucking presses. Wow, you don't say. A bunch of consenting adults on their vacation thought, hey guys, let's take a hit. Let's snort some blow. What are we talking about here? Really? That was your big reveal. That was your big gotcha. Oh, by the way, Andy snorts coke. Really, dude? Really? Really? Fuck, I mean, and then what's great is, so you get away with saying that, Andy comes back with, yeah, but don't know if you're aware, but you're a bit of a meth head there, Baked. And you go, no, I'm a saint. You're the cokehead, man. Now, what are we doing here? Really? And what would Andy get out of lying? That's what's even more fascinating. That's what's even more fucking fascinating. Is this doxing is not morally gray, it's black. Yeah. Well, it becomes a question of, are you doxing to be an asshole? Or, like, for example, the drama with Ross, where he admits on stream, live, I'm a pedophile who works at a school. Is it okay to dox him? I don't know. Is it okay to call the FBI? Is it okay to call the school district? Don't know. Don't know. Again, is it on the same moral equivalent or level of, hey, this guy murdered my children, I'm going to show up at the airport where they transported him, shoot him, and then give the cops my gun. Don't know. But the fall, the absolute fall from grace, and then that fucking stream the other night where it's just nothing. He's literally recording inside his apartment. 5 people sitting around doing nothing, not looking at the camera, not doing anything. I mean, user by the name of T-Clips, one of the clippers, put up a clip of this. And I commented on it and said, can somebody explain to me what the point of this stream was? And I got no answer, because there is no answer. Because he had nothing. And that's what's fascinating too, is that, like the Wizard of Oz, you pull the curtain and all of a sudden, holy shit, you come to that realization that all Baked had, all he was good for, the only leg he had to stand on was, hey man, I'm Baked. I'm a likable guy. I get along with everybody. Woo woo. You know, I get in good with Mr. Medicare and Laura Loomer. Therefore, I can set up that tire fire debate. Milady's tires. You know, ooh, I know Tariq Nasheed. I know Jared Holt. Or not Jared Holt, I'm sorry. Jared Holt. Oh, fuck, what's his name? Ah, shit. Oh, that's bad. He's the guy who... Oh, I can't remember. Jared Taylor, that's right. Jared White Taylor. So I can set up that debate. Woo, look at me. Woo, look at me. Never mind, I contribute nothing. I add nothing of value. And then to top it off, behind the scenes, when nobody's looking, I'm pulling some shady bullshit. Trying to dox people. Over what? That's what's even more fascinating. Over what? Over what? What? Because somebody dared for 2 seconds to say, hey, Baked, you streaming your apartment with a bunch of people sitting around doing nothing? Probably not the best idea going forward for your content. Oh, Jesus, Andy, I can't believe you would say that. My God, you're an asshole. Oh, Medicare, I can't believe you would say that. Jesus Christ, man. When did you flip on me, man? Oh, you traitor. And you just... Jean-Luc Picard, put your hands on your head and rub your temples. And you come to the realization that, holy fuck, this guy is a druggy moron. You know, I mean, it was perfectly summed up. Perfectly summed up. And nobody knew it until after, well, hindsight being 2020. He's fucking talking to Mr. Medicare, of all people, and describes a story where he ended up in a Vegas hotel room with a porn star and some guy he can't remember in a fucking camouflage trucker hat who gave him drugs, who initially told him, hey, snort this, asked, wait, is that coke? And the guy goes, no, it's better. Essentially, no, it's better. And doesn't remember anything for 2 days. I mean, fuck. I mean, dude, you got boned in the ass. There's just no getting around it. You got boned in the ass by that guy in the trucker hat. You did. You did. You more than likely got boned by that guy in the trucker hat. But hey, everybody, I'm Baked. Woo! Look at me. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-a. My oh my. What is it like to be gay? Jesus, just fucked Alaska. Fucked Alaska. Well, potentially had a guest here, but don't think he's showing up. And I'm pretty much out of shit to talk about. Could make something up, I guess. Could talk about the, what was it? Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. In the chat, that's what the press is supposed to do. In regards to what? Are we talking about the defamation stuff from earlier? That was petty homophobic. What was petty homophobic? I must have missed something. That was petty homophobic. I'm trying to figure out what that's in regards to. I'm also trying to figure out that's what the press is supposed to do. That was pretty homophobic. What was? At what point was I homophobic? Lol? Oh, I missed something. Wait a minute. I will not stand for this. That was petty homophobic. That was pretty homophobic. Lol. What? Where? When? Explain yourself. Explain yourself, mystery person in the chat. Who apparently decided to use what I can only assume is... Oh, the trucker hat? That was what he described. Homophobic? I was just describing the events. I don't care what he does on the weekends in his hotel rooms in Vegas. I don't care. I was just retelling the story he told. No, there was no homophobia in there. He can do whatever he wants. I'm pretty sure that's what happened, and I think that's the established lore at this point, is that Baked Alaska ended up in a hotel room with a porn star friend, quote unquote, and some guy he met who he could only remember was wearing a trucker hat, and gave him drugs that caused him to not remember things for 2 days. I don't know. Takes half an hour for the chart to appear. Oh, that's what happened. Yeah, no. You're on a tape delay. That's what the issue is. Okay. That makes a little sense. Yeah, but trying to think of what else. Oh, but so there's that. Yeah, takes a half hour for the chat to appear. Yes, it does. All right, well, at this point, we're just sitting here with fucking dead air because somebody try to get on a bit having dinner at the moment. Dinner? Who's got time for that shit? I already ate my dinner, motherfucker. No, I think he's Pacific time. Anyway, I'm talking nonsense. I think I'm going to end it here. Well, all right, I'll give him 5 minutes. I'll come up with something here. Again.
What's going on, man?
Oh. Hey, can I get a Viva?
Not at the moment. I'm in the company of my daughter. I need to step outside in a few seconds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what's going on? What you up to?
Nothing much. Just trying out this streaming nonsense.
It's this your first one?
Yep, I've popped my cherry, so to speak.
Oh, first one's always fun.
Well, I haven't had any technical difficulties yet.
Are you running OBS?
Correct.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, see, I have problems with OBS. It crashes my computer for some reason.
Yeah, at the moment, I haven't had much issue. Again, for all I know, the stream shit the bed an hour ago and I didn't see.
No, I checked your channel before I came on. It said you were still live.
Oh, okay, good. Because, again, I've been paying attention to the stream health or whatever the fuck, and it seems to be okay.
Oh, yeah, that shit's trippy, dude, because it goes, like, from green to red, and then it flip-flops up and down, like if when you're driving out in a rural area and your freaking phone signal keeps cutting in and out.
But yeah, no, I've just been hanging out here. I talked about the Baked Alaska fiasco a little bit. I talked about...
Oh, fuck, like, I'm so fucking... It's funny for a while, dude, but I'm so fucking beaten over the head with that today and yesterday. I'm like, I just want it to stop already and something new to happen.
Yeah, no, I'm about done with it. I said my 2 cents about it. It's just... I just found it fucking fascinating how he... I mean, literally, when was he doing that in real life stream with Andy and Asian
Los
Andy?
Angeles.
Yeah, wasn't that like 3 weeks ago? Not even?
Dude, I don't know. All this shit blends into each other.
Yeah, it kind of does.
I just consume content while I'm on the road. I'm actually considering getting that YouTube Red just so like the streams will play when the fucking phone's shut down. No, you hear that siren?
They're coming for you. ICE is coming for you, man.
ICE is coming for me, buddy.
It's finally happening.
See, that's why I don't want to say Viva La Raza right now.
Oh, you don't want to give it away.
You
don't want to give it away. I got you.
And plus, like I said, I can't be too loud right now. I'm not in my office.
I got you.
My office is pretty good for that shit because it's like in the back of the house. I call it an office, dude, but you know what it basically is? It's basically like this little it's like about the size of a cell or whatever. And I looked in there. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. When we moved into this house, I'm like, I'm gonna put my computer in here and I'm gonna call this my office. So that's what I did. It's such a small room, but it's cool to have my own little man closet, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you got to have an area to yourself, otherwise you'll go insane.
Yeah, I got I'm telling you, dude, it's fucking small. It's like across, like it's across like wall to wall. One direction, it's like less than 6 feet. So it's like I have my computer against the wall, and I can lean against the wall behind me, but I'm like happy with it because it's my own little space.
Yeah, no, it sounds good. I just moved into this place, and it's a fucking bachelor pad, man. I've got literally like 2 pieces of furniture.
Are you a bachelor?
I am.
How old are you?
None ya. No, I'm like 26.
Like 26?
Well, I say that because I'm gonna be 26 in like 2 weeks, so I basically count it.
Oh yeah, see, I had a bachelor pad to myself for a while. First bachelor pad I got was a 2-bedroom house in this 2-bedroom apartment. And this nice little apartment complex, I had a pool and shit, so I'd go swimming. My friends would come over, we'd get drunk, and everybody would trash all over the floor. My girlfriend at the time would come over, would have really loud sex. It was great.
Yeah, no, this place has been cool.
God damn, I wonder what the hell happened.
Yeah, no, that doesn't sound good. Has the race war finally started? Are we on?
Fuck, I don't know. I need to go find Big Cat Kayla and stab her in the neck.
Oh, it's probably all her fault.
Yeah, I don't like her.
Yeah, you don't. In every chat I've seen you in, you're constantly throwing shit at her.
No, I'm just talking shit. I don't mind her. It's just she fucked up by reacting the way she did this one time when I was talking shit. She's like, "What? Why? I thought we were cool." I'm like, "Got her. This is my target. I'm gonna fuck with her now."
Oh, yeah, no. I was talking about that earlier too. Is that the people? Oh my god, what the hell?
It's a fire. I think there's like a fire somewhere.
A bridge fell down.
I don't know. I live in a small town, dude, so it's like it's not as bad as it seems. It's far away, but the streets are so freaking echoey. This is a small town, dude. Like right now, literally, there is nobody walking up and down the street. It's fucking, it's quiet. I like it, except for this. I'm saying it's quiet, but you hear all these sirens. But I mean, normally it's quiet.
I believe you. Bad timing, but I believe you.
Yeah. Oh, see, look, there you go. It's gone. There's probably like some fire around like the surrounding areas, and the little fire department here has to send out. You know.
Yeah. Everybody and their mother with a bucket.
Somebody got in a car crash. Oh no, there it goes again. Never mind. It's
oh man.
I hope what it really is somebody's like trying to. You're saying it was super bad.
You ever seen Superbad? Oh, Superbad? Yeah, I've seen Superbad. McFly,
okay,
not McFly, McLovin.
It'd be tight if his name was McFly, but no, when the cops are like fucking racing just to hit the siren so they can get through traffic. That's what I'm hoping is happening.
Oh, they're trying to skip all the lights and shit.
Yeah, shit. If I was a cop, that's what I'd do. I'd be a horrible cop. You know, after I saw that movie, I wondered how many people went to go be cops after that, because people are retarded and they think they can actually do that kind of shit and get away with it.
Well, what's even more retarded is probably the amount of people who said, yeah, I'm going to get a fake license and call myself McJuggin or McFuggin or whatever. Some stupid.
Hell, that movie was good at the time, but I watch it now, it's cringy as fuck.
Yeah, it's like anything else. You watch it enough times and you're like, okay, I've seen it. I get the joke. It was funny the first time. Meh.
Yeah, there's very few movies I can watch over and over and over again without getting douche chills.
Yeah, there's only been one movie I've been to the movie theater twice to see, and that was Django Unchained with Jamie Foxx. That movie was fucking great.
I did that with Pacific Rim.
Oh, really? I've heard good things about it, but I see giant monsters and robots, and I'm like,
It's basically Power Rangers.
Ooh.
There's swords and an Asian chick staff fighting and giant robots. Each robot has its own personality. It's pretty dope. The Russian robot's basically a nuclear reactor.
I don't know, but your mic is crackling a little bit. Oh, there, it went away.
No, I was coughing. I have really bad sinuses right now.
No, your mic is still crackling a bit.
Oh, is it crackling?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on a sec. Give me a sec.
Sure, no problem. I'll carry the show. Not a problem. I've been doing it for about an hour, even though I ran out of stuff to talk about.
Is it still crackling?
Yeah, still doing it a little bit.
Okay, hold on. Let me hop out and hop back in, see if that'll fix it.
Sure, no problem. All right, it's back to a solo operation. Hopefully he gets that sorted out. Let me interact with the chat a little bit. In case anybody was unaware, that was a StonedMexican Guy. I'll say it for him. Viva la raza.
How's that?
Better.
The crackle stop?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. It's probably just the app.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
But you're good now.
Yeah, I don't know. I really like giant robots and shit like that.
No, I can appreciate it. I think what kind of ruined it for me was those stupid Transformer movies by Michael Bay, where it's just an explosion every 10 seconds.
Dude, those are fun. They're just good movie to fucking turn your brain off and just appreciate how stupid it is.
Yeah, I get that. I don't know. It doesn't really do it for me.
Maybe it's because I'm not one of those purists. I really don't care. It's like, okay, the way I see it, if a movie can get me to sit there for 2 hours, it's done its job. I don't mind shit like that. Like Transformers, I thought was retarded, but it was fun retarded.
Yeah, no, believe me, I get the appeal to a movie that's so bad it's good, like Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze.
That movie was tight. I fucking love Roadhouse.
Yeah, no, my
They're
dad
just fighting.
My dad
in his
fucking
blue
loves
jeans
it.
and his black freaking tank and his black sleeveless shirt.
Pain don't hurt.
Yeah.
That's so stupid. But I mean, that's
It
like the
was-
ultimate B movie. That's the ultimate B movie.
That movie's great. Did you ever see that one movie with Clint Eastwood where he has the monkey?
Oh, I vaguely remember this. Shit. I want to say I have, but describe it to me.
It's like he has a monkey and they're going around doing shit, and it ends with him fighting this other old dude, and they're just like punching each other.
Sounds like a Clint Eastwood movie.
I just remember that shit. He's like hanging out with a monkey. I'm like, okay, fuck it. It's a Clint Eastwood movie. I'm watching it because I grew up watching like Clint Eastwood movies, all the cowboy shit, Dirty Harrys, and all that.
Oh,
and
fuck.
I'm like, oh, it's Clint Eastwood with a monkey. Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. No, the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly trilogy. That's like one of the best trilogies ever made. That shit is amazing.
Oh yeah. Two Mules for Sister Sarah was also good.
Say again.
Two Mules for Sister Sarah.
Oh man, I must have missed that one. What's that one? Let me guess. He's a cowboy, and
He's a cowboy, and the title pretty much says it all. He's trying to get two mules for Sister Sarah.
All right then.
It's a
fascinating,
cowboy movie, dude.
Okay.
What do you want? It's an old spaghetti Clint Eastwood western. They're all pretty much the same shit. He has a hat. He has a sarape. He's walking down. He has that sneer and a giant cigar and a gun. It's all the same shit.
There are two people in this world, Tuco. Those with loaded guns and those that dig. You dig.
Hey, so what's the deal? How many people are in your chat? Has anyone called you a faggot yet?
Oh no, it's pretty sad. I got two people watching at the moment. I think.
Who and who?
I don't know. This one guy in the chat's obviously watching because he's the only one chatting, and then I don't know who the other one is. Can you look at that shit?
Is he calling us faggots?
No. Wait, is it me? Am I watching it? It might be me. No, all right, no, I don't think it is. No, I think there's a whole two people watching this.
Well, yeah, but I didn't see you like tweet about it or anything, dude. So,
I did. That's the funny part.
See, then it got buried in my feed. I didn't see it.
Yeah, no, I think it got buried in everyone's feed, even my own, because what was funny is I tweeted that shit out, and then the news came out that Barbara Bush died, so it just got completely buried.
Oh, did she now?
Yeah. She
well,
kicked the can, apparently.
Yeah, you can't really feel too bad about it. You know, she was old.
Yeah, I think she was due. Yeah.
Yeah, she got enough use out of her meat suit.
Oh, God, don't bring up meat flaps. Those are some old meat
No,
flaps.
I said her meat suit. Her meat suit.
Meat suit. Her mortal coil. I got you.
Yeah, her mortal coil.
Yeah. God,
I've always just said meat. I've always said that, like, you got enough use out of your meat suit. I heard that in a movie or a show or something.
Yeah. It makes sense. But my mind was just, I thought female meat. Oh, no, meat flaps. Ugh.
You've been listening to Kumite too long, man. It's already infested your vernacular.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I keep throwing alien emojis and cuck in every chat I go into. It's even throwing off my chat.
I ain't gonna lie. I started incorporating the word cuck more into fucking my vocabulary.
Oh my God.
Like, man, you just got cucked. They're like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, oh wait, yeah. I gotta remember, I'm still a normie, and I'm still around normie people.
I gotta operate day to day, not in the Kumite world. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, life is not a Kumite. Stop it.
Yeah, you gotta turn that shit off in IRL.
Yeah. No, it was funny though. One time when I swapped the pickup truck from somebody at my job site. They were listening to the Kumite replay.
Did they like it?
Oh. Yeah, I don't know, dude. It was weird. I didn't mention that I knew what it was. I played dumb. I just went because I was getting the pickup truck, and I just heard failure talking. I'm like, the fuck, man? I've been listening to this shit too long. If it's already fucking playing in my head. And I heard him. I heard him take out his phone. Yeah, I'm like, he took out the auxiliary cord. I'm like, what are you listening to? He's like, oh, it's this thing called the Kumite. It's tight. It's like just people talking shit to each other. It's like Opie and Anthony when it used to be good. I'm like, what?
Perfect. Yeah, no.
Oh man, these dogs are barking.
That's fine.
Hey, bro, I gotta go. These dogs are getting out of control, and my daughter's looking at me through the window. I just ducked out for a cigarette real quick.
All right.
Yeah, man. If you're still streaming and I can hop on, or if I'll stream later, I'll let you know. I'm feeling a little freaking insomnia today because I downed too much caffeine.
Oh, that'll do it. Yeah, if I'm up later, I'm down. Just let me know. But yeah,
all right.
I think once you scoot,
all right, for sure, man. Take it easy.
Yeah, man. Thanks
Viva
for stopping
Raza,
by,
buddy. Yep.
Perfect.
It
Thank
ain't
you.
a stream until I've gone on and said Viva la Raza. I've done it
Exactly.
everywhere already.
And that's a perfect ending. I think I'm going to end it there. Bye, all.
All right, later.